Dacia is a very small boutique wine farm, big in Stellenbosch, and specifically this area, which is known as the Golden Triangle. Some of the best red wine farms are in this area. Our focus has been on making wine that people really love to drink. Today in the wine industry, a lot of oak derivatives are used. So we use oak chips, we use oak powders, and even oak extracts, which get added to the wine. We've explored using indigenous wood, and we've specifically found that of all the indigenous woods, the best wood to use is Asparagus lineus. Our indigenous wood, rooibos wood, is so full of antioxidants that we don't have to use sulfur in the winemaking process. So what it's resulted in is that we make a wine with no sulfites or preservatives added, which has been a fascinating journey, and we're only just beginning it.
Doing all the experiments, it's really interesting. It takes you a little bit out of the mainstream. I'm fully committed to new winemaking procedures. It makes it awesome to go to work every day. You taste something different that no one in France has ever tasted. I'm not a traditionalist. Like the one winemaker said once, my favorite wine is the one in my glass. And I completely live by that.
Red Dawn is actually an innovative collaboration between three very well-established brands, KWV, Dacia Wine Farm, and Namibia Breweries. Red Dawn is an intellectual property company that was formed in 2011 when a really exciting discovery was made using our very own indigenous fynbos. We found that this had an amazing impact on wine that was hugely positive and highly beneficial. So much so that we patented this process in over 50 countries. Red Dawn is set to change the face of industry, specifically the wine industry. It changes the whole way that wine is made. It is set to enhance, protect, and preserve wine. Not only that, but we see us as having a huge impact on the entire value chain. So all the way through, from farm gate, through to manufacturing, through to end consumer, people really are looking for healthier alternatives. They are looking for other options. And Red Dawn, we believe that we can deliver this to both the consumer and make a huge difference to wine producers.
2012 was our biggest learning curve. And then 2013 was our first commercial wine. And ever since, every year since we've been using it, we've learned something from the previous year to make the product better, or to better on the previous year.
The Earth Essence range is comprised of a Chenin Blanc and a Shiraz. And basically what we've done is that we've identified the areas where traditionally you would use sulfur to protect the wine as preservation and against oxidation. And we're basically substituting it with this honeybush tannin.
The wine was actually softer, more elegant, the tannins were more rounder. and that made us think, but maybe the honeybush had something to do with it. And as we concentrated on that, then it became clear it's actually one of the biggest advantages of using this wood, in this case now the tannins. We get this amazingly soft wines just from the beginning.
What we've basically seen is that the tannin actually acts as an oxygen scavenger as well. So we can actually add the tannin after you've gone through, for example, a racking process where you do have some dissolved oxygen, and the tannin helps actually to reduce that dissolved oxygen levels, so it protects the wine. It definitely helps a little bit with mouthfeel as well, and there's also been some studies in terms of its antimicrobial activity.
We don't use a drop of sulfur. Even now with this vintage 2019, we literally haven't used one single drop on any wine. We only use a tannin, and the results just speak for itself.
It does the same job as we would have with traditional sulfur, and we can just make this product now with actually not using any at all.
We've been using it now for 8 years, and we haven't had one bottle, one tank that's been oxidized or off, and it's still going perfectly. So we're very comfortable by using it, and positive going forward.
We've done some stability trials on the wines and the actual ageability of the wine and how stable it is, and we're very, very happy.
After years of learnings and developments, we've now refined the honeybush plant material into a fully dissolvable wine tannin. This wine tannin has extremely high antioxidant capacity and polyphenol levels, and also through the production of dozens of trial wines, we found that it not only preserves wine, but it also imparts added benefits such as better mouthfeel, improved freshness and fruitiness. Honeybush plants are indigenous to South Africa. It also enjoys geographical indicator status, similar to Champagne, which can only be produced in the region of Champagne. Honeybush can only be called honeybush if it's grown in South Africa. It grows all the way from down the coast, from Eiserfontein to Port Elizabeth. It's a unique plant with incredible attributes, especially health benefits. We have found that honeybush is far more effective as a preservative in wine than rooibos. We therefore moved towards developing a fully dissolvable wine tannin made from honeybush, which is now branded RD&T Genesis.
Trevor asked me to do a few tests on the product. He sent me a few wines that I have to check, either microbiology, to see whether the wines are microstable, and otherwise we did a few tests on oxidative stability. I think we end up with wines that were tested stable, no oxidation in any of the wines. With the first results, I'm very satisfied that this can work. Preventing oxidation, it seems to be very good in that regard. Preventing preservation in the sense of micro-preservation. As I said, you have to manage the microbes in the wine correctly. I cannot say whether this will inhibit growth of bacteria, but if your wine started off clean, it will definitely stay clean. You can use it with SO2, but it seems to be working without SO2 if you manage the wines correctly.
My name is Trevor Stradham. I'm actually the owner of Audacia Wine Farm. I've been involved in the wine industry for 23 years and involved with the Red Dawn team for the last 8 years. And it's been a wonderful experience working with them and seeing all the development in terms of where we started, of using indigenous material to produce a unique tannin, which finally we can share with the wine industry and enable people to make wine in a unique and different way, enabling people to actually enhance, protect and preserve wine. And in my case, we've changed totally to making no sulfur added wine. So that's what Audacia is now becoming known for, and it's a unique differentiator for us. For other people it'll be different things, but I'm really privileged to have experienced what we've gone through over the last 9 years.
This very important day for innovation, specifically in the wine industry, but innovation in our economy and innovation that has been taking place for quite a while. I met Trevor 6-7 years ago when he started to look at how this specifically fynbos and indigenous plant material could make a difference in the wine industry specifically. There's opportunity for that. This innovation, it could be a big game changer across the whole of our economy and food chain. For me personally, it is something that I've watched very closely. If those of you that know me, I love innovation, and I think innovation is how we remain competitive as a region. We need to have entrepreneurs that are doing things differently, bringing in new technologies, just like we see those disruptions happening in other parts of the world. This is one of our own real indigenous disruptions that are happening. I hope that this is another real step forward in taking this innovation to market that really positions us and our wine industry differently to anywhere else in the world, because it is so very, very unique.